What's going on, everybody? This is Nick Lawson from Squad Sports, and this is episode number 59 of your sports sponsorship tip of the week. All right, this week I've been talking about a lot of restaurants, retail, sort of let's call them the smaller sponsors, those B2C ones. There's obviously a lot of transactional things that we can do with that. But this week I want to shift it a little bit and particularly dive in on our car partners. We have auto dealership partners. Their goals are obviously usually to connect one-to-one, face-to-face with the consumer. Obviously, you're not going to purchase a car based on a coupon, an offer, a reward. Really, what we're doing is we're building that goodwill, we're building that brand identity, and that brand connection with the fan so that when they are ready to make a purchase for a car, that obviously that car partner is the first person that they call. Now, in the past, there's a bunch of ways we did this, mainly on our concourse, right? We'd bring the car in, we'd have fans come to the booth, they'd interact, they'd engage with sort of those dealership, people, marketing people, whatever that may be, to build that relationship. Obviously, in the pandemic year, we don't have that anymore. We can't have that one-to-one connection on our concourses. We don't have fans in the stands. We have limited fans in the stands. So really what that's done is taken a large part of our inventory out, because again, you can show the car all you want. I mean, these brands pay millions of dollars. These dealerships, even locally, pay thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars to run commercial and TV ads where they're showing the car. We want to give them something that they can't get just by purchasing that. And the reason why I bring that up is if you don't have a piece or an asset that's going to be any different than just showing the car, then it's going to be a huge problem. And the reason is, and this has been an uptick, at least here in the Portland market that I've seen with a lot of car dealerships, but overall nationally as well, they're buying YouTube ads. They're buying YouTube pre-roll ads. And honestly, what they can do, as crazy as this sounds, they can buy YouTube pre-roll ads, target your subscribers or people who follow your team, and run those ads, and you can't do anything about it and you can't monetize it. So we need to come up with some sort of activation that, again, is going to focus on that face-to-face with dealers. I can't stress this enough. If you talk to most car partners, the biggest goal there is I want to get fans connected face-to-face with dealers so that when they go to purchase a car, they say, hey, Rick over at so-and-so automotive, I should go to him because I had a great time connecting with him. Again, obviously we can't do that with our boothing space. So 2 activations here for the tip of the week. Again, this can be done in banking. This can be done in insurance. Really, it's kind of that more relationship-based partners, those higher purchase partners. This can be activated, but I'm going to stick on car dealerships just because it's a category that spends a lot with us. So the tip of the week is this. What we're going to do, as crazy as it sounds, we are going to get a car dealer, the person who sells those cars, onto our pregame show, right? We're gonna have a pregame segment. Again, we've talked about live streaming your pregame. Absolutely, you should do it. It takes almost no effort to do a Facebook Live. It engages. It's a huge asset that you can have. But we're gonna have that auto dealer person basically come onto our show. And let's say we're a hockey team, we're gonna have them talk hockey. I guarantee you there's a dealer there who understands hockey enough, who understands baseball enough, who understands NFL enough, that they can come onto the show and they can chop it up and talk football, talk hockey, talk baseball. So we're gonna give a segment to a dealer there, and they're not just gonna read off some sort of thing. We wanna connect personality with fan, right? We wanna build that one-to-one connection with the human being who's selling the car, build in that emotional piece as opposed to just have something that's read off. So we're gonna bring that car dealership onto our pregame show. If you don't have one, you could even create one just for this, but pregame show that you're gonna live stream, you're gonna bring that car dealer on, and you're gonna have your announcer, your radio host, whatever it may be, ask questions to them about the upcoming matchup. And this is cool too, because those dealership now, all of a sudden, even if they know hockey, they might not know, let's say, about your minor league team. Now what they have to do is do some research. They have to, be engaged a little bit. And that's going to build an even bigger connection and advocate for your team moving forward. You're creating another fan, no matter who they sell to. But again, pregame show, we're going to have this person give some analysis. We're going to give that quick segment, the Kia segment, the Toyota segment, the Volvo segment, whatever it is. They're going to give some of that feedback, and we're going to create one of those each week, and we're going to bring on as many dealers as we can. We could even segment it by, let's say, dealership area. So maybe we're doing, you know, for here in Oregon, there's the coast, there's sort of south towards Salem, there's Portland, there's different areas of Portland. We're going to take those local dealerships and we're going to promo them. Hey, Rick over at, you know, Central Portland, you know, automotive, he's going to give some insights on what he's seeing in this matchup. Rick, what do you got? Well, I think, you know, as we get going here, the run game is going to be really, really strong for this team. But if you look at their defense, the other team's defense is, you know, one of the toughest in the league at stopping the run. So it's going to be really on the, you know, see where I'm going here? Now all of a sudden I'm getting some analysis from a person who just happens to sell cars. Again, I'm building that connection. But let's not just stop there. Obviously, we want to really build that engagement. We need this person to engage and connect with this car dealership. So at the end of that segment, we're going to do a prediction. We're going to say, hey, you know, Rick, what's your prediction for today's score, or how many goals they're going to score, or, you know, how many rushing yards they're going to have. Hey, my prediction here is going to be 115 rushing yards by this offense. I think the offensive line is really going to do well. Cut it right over and say, hey, fans, Rick's made his prediction, 115 yards. You can make your prediction to see if you're correct. And if you're correct, you can win some sort of prize, signed jersey, whatever it is, thanks to this dealership, right? Now, all of a sudden, the fans are engaged and connected. They're competing against Rick face-to-face, you know, building, again, a face-to-face connection through digital. They're competing with Rick each week. And if they beat Rick's prediction, they can win a signed jersey, they can win 10% off, whatever it may be, right? But again, you do that with each dealership, a new dealer each week. Next thing you know, fans are engaging and connecting with Rick. They might tweet at him, right? They might connect with him on Twitter. If I'm promoting this on Twitter, I'm tagging that dealer to be able to engage. Now, obviously, this can go a little bit south. You can have some, you know, there's some of our fans are jerks. Some of them are going to be a little bit inflammatory toward him, right? But I'd say for the majority of it, you're going to have fans really engaging one-on-one with that car dealership. And again, here's what you've done. You've engaged one-on-one with the dealer in sort of the prediction where fans are giving their prediction. If you do it through an activation like ours at Squad, but there's others out there, you can enter in an email, and now we have an email for that connection. And we can follow up and engage on the back end, whether that's retargeting, whether that is sending another email message, whether that's just handing over those leads over to Rick so that Rick can do a handwritten note, say, hey, thanks so much for engaging. Would love to connect with you again. If you're ever in the, you know, in the market for a car, you can make a purchase. Again, auto dealerships, they're looking for engagement. They're looking for some sort of leads kind of on that end. But we really want the face-to-face. The car is great. Fans want to buy the car. That's a commoditized item. What's uncommoditized, what's something you can build emotion on, is that connection with the dealer and the dealership salesperson and the fan. And you can do that at scale. Again, pre-game, have them give some analysis, have them make a prediction, have fans sort of compete against that prediction, and you're going to build that connection with that dealership. It's all into one. It's the best way I can think of to replace your boothing assets. So that's your tip of the week this week. We jumped into automotive. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. Remember, keep pushing those limits within sports sponsorship.